Hey, good morning. Again from the Gaming Nomad. Once again, on my way to pay for the upcoming Kickstarter and, well, the occasional donut. God, speaking of, I've been having too many of those lately. But that's not what I want to talk about. So I was asked to talk more about my hopes for Warzone. Alright, well, challenge accepted. First and foremost, quality miniatures. I've already talked about that. I want hero scale. I want to know that I can put brush to mini, and that wonderful paint job when I get that pristine shring on any of my hacky bits and swords isn't going to be ruined with, well, you give them the table and then you have freaking, performance. Well, everyone has the problem. Right, yes, everyone does. All right, what else? Other hopes and dreams. Some new fluff. I'm not saying change canon. No. I'm like, it's been lacking in previous years. Like, let's get some more stories, some more things to actually, read about, more events that we could possibly tie in our games, our armies, whatever we're doing into. One of the things I absolutely loved when Games Workshop has done this. Okay, sorry. All hail the cartel. All hail the Brotherhood. Was when they would actually have like a world event where, like, for a month they track all of tournaments and things like this. People mail in or email in or take pictures of a story arc, like, hey, this could go either way, and people have to weigh in with their own armies and their own stories and send in pictures, so it showcases the world community as a whole, and also lets us feel like, yeah, I was at that battle, or I was part of that, like freaking the Garnash Plateau on Mars. I mean, yes, it was a budding black citadel. It didn't just show up. Something stunted its growth, and we had to jump on that shit right away. Yeah. The Noslark Plateau. That's Carlson backwards. Plug myself. Alright. Yes, so world events that we can actually feel like, seriously, we can find out how this goes one way or another, an overarching story that we all are a part of, not just some random, hey, here's a campaign book. I would love that. What else? Let's see. Well, I need to know more about the system. I mean, critical fumbles and successes, great. Don't know if it's going to be leaning more towards, hyper fast skirmish scenarios or what? A wide array of objectives. I don't want to be playing the same 6 scenarios. So if they gave us a quality and well played, even crowdsourced objective deck for variable missions, incidentals, or factors that happen at the table that we are out of our control, whether it's a Venusian rainstorm. Looking at you, Patrick. You probably never see this, but my god, your Venusian Rangers versus my Cybertronic, those rainstorms were just brutal on leadership checks. So my little AIs, I love robots, they are my favorite, they are my jam. Whenever they critical fumbled and they had to make a leadership check, those rainstorms, I can see him across the table, big grin on his face, going, go on, Puddins, make the roll. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna make this roll. Please make this roll. Which also brings up the debate, can an Eradicator Death Droid actually chain ripper itself? But that's a first edition question. Good question though. So yeah, a deck or a decently, play tested, environmental hazards, things for terrain, variable missions. And I'm not talking like, here's just one mission. Like, I want like primary, secondary, tertiary objective things. You know, Malifaux, did this great where you could actually have, you know, expose your missions. You know I'm coming for you, but if I can pull this off, I get extra VP. And they also had like stuff you can keep on the side or the sly. Love that. Would love some version of that we can make our own for Warzone. All right, what else do I want to see? God, there's like... God, I don't know. Okay, there's just so many, like, okay, units. I love the fact they would release different books. Like, if we had, like, one, like, major book for, like, all of our units and things, great. But then we had, like, releases, like, a book saying, okay, here's, you know, a supplement for Mars. And here are units that are primarily only used on Mars, and they give you a different flavor of whatever faction you're playing. Or Venus, or we're in the, like, freaking tunnels of Mercury. Kind of like what they did with, like, Dark Eden, for example. There were some great and really flavorful units in Dark Eden. Yeah, just for fighting warfare on the freaking plains or hills, or anyway, just the rad wasted and areas of freaking Mad Max style Earth. Loved those books. I pulled units from them, which I got to use, even though there's never models for it. I forget the Cybertronic. God, there was this one unit of... They're basically just enhanced. They were like right between enhanced Cheshires and just normal Cheshires, and they were like decked out for environmental combat and such. I cannot remember the name of them, so if you can put a name in the comments of what they are, I can picture them too. They almost look like the Lone Wolf anime, just with their masks and stuff. Anyway, I freaking loved them. Just their story. I didn't feel their points were like overly, you know, they weren't OP, but they were fun. They were flavorful. They didn't look like normal Chesseurs. I probably said that word like 3 different ways, a half a dozen times now. Another thing I would like to see, let's get like multiple avenues into the IP, shall we say. I would like to see something involving, like, I loved urban warfare when I was in the military. So, like a board game where you have to run through a citadel, whether it's a dark citadel or a citadel for one of the Brotherhood. Or maybe it's a corporate building of some kind where you're doing a hostile takeover. Like, literally a hostile takeover. They weren't able to get all their files and things out because they're still loading them up on the dollies and things like that. And you have sent off all the appropriate paperwork saying that this building and everything in it has been acquired by Bauhaus. And we are going to clear the squatters. Oh, no, these are still Imperial citizens that are there. But even though the paperwork hasn't been processed, it's been time-stamped saying that it's time to send, it's now ours. So everything we do inside of our own building is, you know, not completely legit. It's allowed. So yeah, in which case you go in there and Imperial is trying to get files in their little bin boxes the hell out of there. And Bauhaus is trying to, you know, sweep through and clear their new acquisition. But yeah, anyway, board games that you can actually run through with squads and things, trying to accomplish objectives. Love the card game. I love the card game from back in the day. That was so much fun. That's probably a little ambitious of a hope right there. Freaking loved it though. I miss it. So that's a bunch of things I would like to see coming in from Warzone. I am now at the Kickstarter funding place, so I'm going to go. But this has been my 10-minute gaming nomad wanderings, musings, whatever. Yeah, let's see some comments. Let's see what's going on. What do y'all think? And I will talk to you soon. What were the names of all the units in Dark Eden? Hit me up.